All right, so here we go. We got the Datsun here. I have to remove the ignition cylinder because that's one of the things I went bad on this. We actually started this car, it ran. It also has a fuel problem, so there's no fuel getting to the front, to the engine basically. So it might be a fuel pump issue. So we started this thing. Obviously the ignition cylinder is busted, but I hot wired it and we were able to get it running. So I know the engine's good, everything else is good. It's just a matter of fixing this ignition cylinder. So let's take this thing off. Pretty simple, just 4 bolts. All right, cool. We got the ignition cylinder out. Obviously, I don't have the key with me. I left it inside, so there's not much I can do right now other than take this thing apart, but kind of want to do it on a bench, so I have space to do it and everything else. So for now, we're gonna leave this here. Let's get the battery out of the ambulance and put it on here, see what else we could do. The thing I love about these Datsuns, they have this little window so you could work on them. So we found out yesterday this thing wasn't originally yellow. This thing was actually like a maroon color. Yellow looks way better than the maroon, so I'm just gonna keep this thing as annoying yellow. So cool. So we got the ignition cylinder out here, somewhat taken apart. So that's what it looks like. And then this goes at the bottom. This is what actually gives the car ignition. So yesterday we hot wired all that to make it run. Right now this is basically your cylinder. Your cylinder is where your key goes. So this key is the original Nissan key. This one doesn't even go in all the way, so I think that's our problem. That's why they couldn't get it started, but I believe this key has to go all the way in for you to actually be able to take the cylinder out, but I can't seem to find the lock. Usually they have like a lock on the side. I don't know if I have to take this off to get to the mechanism or not. I really hope not, so I can just take this off. But that's the next step. Getting that cylinder out and inspecting the teeth, making sure it's not busted or anything. Maybe that it's just so old that the actual pieces are kind of very worn, so I'll get back to y'all whenever I figure this out. So I think I figured out how this thing works. So it's kind of weird. I know it's an old car, so things are very different nowadays, but here's basically the diagram. So here's on lock. You can take out the key. Generally you can take off the key here on off, but I guess not back in the day. I'm not sure, I could be wrong, but accessory on and then start, and this will pivot back because of the ignition switch. So so it's not mandatory to have the lock on because it's sprung. So whenever you turn the wheel, it'll lock, but you can't take out the key whenever it's on off. So that's kind of weird, but you can take it off whenever it's on lock. So, and it's super easy to take it out now. I don't know what I did. I was just messing with it and now it works. The key doesn't get stuck anymore, so wonderful. So we're just gonna assemble it and we should be good to go. You can go back to the car and keep messing with it. Figure out why the fuel pump's not getting any power, or it is maybe, but it's just clogged or full of junk, who knows. So for that, we're gonna take the voltmeter see what we can find, see what's wrong with it, so we can get that car running and get it off the trailer. All right, so we're good to go. We got a proper working accessory on start. Let's see if this thing works at all. All these go right here. Obviously, you don't hear the fuel pump, so there's something wrong there. It could be one of those fuses, or it could be the fuel pump itself. All right, so I think the tank is so bent that, and it has 0 gas, so it's so bent that the pickup tube doesn't really get any gas. It might be good because we need to change it and we'll have another tank in there, but we do need the filters. So what I'm gonna do right now is take off these filters, go get the appropriate or new ones, so we can have brand new fuel filters going into this thing. And this thing's full of gas. Interesting. All right, cool. So we got some bags and stuff. We can take out the filter, put it in a bag, take it to the auto parts store, see if they have replacements. Cool, so we got this filter off. Realized that this is feed line because the feed line goes through here. It goes through here. Goes through here. It's this one. And it distributes out to all of them. And then this is the exit. So it goes through the fuel pressure regulator, through the return line, out, back out. So we were testing the fuel pressure in this, and you're never gonna find any. So we'll see if this one we're able to get anything out of it. All right, that should be a good test. I sprayed some, but there's definitely water in there. Nope, it looks about the same. So I'm pretty sure that that line is pretty dry. We're gonna have to take out the tank. We're gonna have to clean out the other one since the other one's not dinged up, and we'll put that good gas tank in there, make sure it's all cleaned up, there's no extra pieces of rust, and we can go ahead and put a new filter on it, and we should be good to go. Fuel, basically new fuel system. I'm gonna check what we need down here since I'm gonna take out the tank anyway. Pretty easy. We got lines right there going straight into the brand new fuel pump, which doesn't even work. So I'm sure if we can get this line out, put this in a jerry can, we can get brand new fresh fuel into that fuel pump, see if it works. It looks brand new, so shouldn't have an issue with that. Hopefully we can get to it. But yeah, this strap is messed up. Hopefully we can bend it back so we could actually strap the new fuel tank in there. The new fuel tank is rough, real rough. Inside looks like it's full of rust, so I'm hoping it won't be much worse than this one. Close up here, get in the E46, go to the parts store, and yep, we'll be back. Cool, so we're gonna go ahead and take off the gas tank. We gotta figure out what size sockets I need for this. Cool, so we got the tank almost out. Camera died, so I had to go get another battery, but we almost got it loose. Well, we got it loose already. It's actually already on the ground. We gotta remove all these lines, so it's gonna be fun. It's out. And we did it without getting wet because it's about to rain. All right, so we got this thing pretty cleaned up, pretty dry as well. I did not line it, so the problem with that would be is the first few tanks of gas will come out dirty, but we're gonna put up a filter, and that filter can just be changed, so we shouldn't have any issues with the fuel. So we got this filter. This one goes in the front actually, but we're gonna put one before the fuel pump, which will help with preventing the fuel pump from sucking junk and making sure all that's clean. So this would be the return actually. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and put in the gas tank. It's pretty easy. It's just only 4 lines. So the breather lines, oh, it's actually 5. So breather lines, the fuel neck, so that fills the whole gas tank with fuel, and then the bottom ones down here, which would be the feed line to the fuel pump, and then the return. So let's go ahead and see what's up with this. See which one needs the, I believe that might be a bigger fitting than the one I bought, so that's not good. But let's see. Oh, wonderful. I don't have the parts here. All right, so we got the filters. Let's see if this one even fits on that line. So this is supposed to be going into the feed line to the fuel pump. I really hope I bought the right one. So this definitely goes in the front. So all right, so we just got back from the store. I got their new fuel filter that's gonna be going on the feed line. So it will go before the fuel filter, the fuel pump, and it'll be just a filter. So we filter out everything, all the junk, all the crap, just to be safe. I don't want to blow up the fuel pump. So this is my feed line. This is without the filter right now. The filter's loose. So what basically we're gonna do is prime the system, make sure gas comes out of here, make sure the line is clean. Once that's clean, we'll connect it. We'll fill up the filter with clean gas, and then the gas will go here through the fuel rail, come back out, and then it will come out my return line. The return line will basically clean out my whole fuel rail, and then we'll be ready to connect this filter. Once the filter is connected, we'll go back here and connect the rear filter on the feed line, on the return line. The feed line's already connected, it's all good to go. So we're gonna go ahead and fill it up with gas, and we should be able to start priming the system, catch the gas that comes out of the front, and then once all that's connected, we'll come back here, catch the fuel that might come out through the bottom. Easy enough, complicated enough. Let's go ahead and fill this thing up. No way the tank is broken, dude. It's got pinholes. Dude, this is great. Just what I needed. Exactly what I needed.